Well, if you want drama, just come to an FA Cup game and you'll get it in abundance. West Ham United 2, Brentford 2 after extra time, and then we won it 5-4 on penalties, and there was drama. But it comes at a price, and I'm going to talk about Somerville in a moment. But we won. We're through to the next round. We're through to the last 8. And we're playing Leeds United at home, which is a good thing. You know, we're playing at home, so that's a benefit. But what a game. I mean, we started off really, really well. The lineup, let's talk about the lineup, because the lineup was a good mix, I think. Bowen started. I kind of predicted that he would. I thought Somerville would, but he didn't. Areola was in goal. Carl Walker-Peters, I thought that Dinos. Disasi, I was surprised but pleased that he was in the lineup. That kind of demonstrates that if Kilman can't even get into the lineup for a cup game, then his time at West Ham United is well and truly over. And then at left back, as I predicted, Ollie Scarles. And then the midfield 3, the surprise was Kante, and it was a pleasant surprise. He played extremely well, the young lad. He's got a future. He's really, really good. Fernandes, I was surprised that he was picked. And then Souček, and then Bowen, and then out on the left side was Traore, who had a good game, a good half, and then up front was the return of Pablo. That was another surprise. So Nuno kept, he kept his team selection close to his chest. He didn't let anything out. No one considered Pablo would be available, and I think Pablo was extremely good tonight. He ran out of steam, and it was right to replace him. But the lineup was good. It was a mixture. I was pleased to see the kind of lineup. It means that we're taking the FA Cup seriously, and we did that. And we started off really well. I think we started off extremely well. The goal, Bowen getting a brace, our penalty as well, which was deserved. And we were in the first half, we were on the up. And going in 2-1 was disappointing, but Brentford are a good side. But you know what, people? Brentford are a good side. They're 7th in the league, and we matched them like for like. So what does that say about West Ham? How much we've improved over the last few months? We've improved immensely. So first half, we were winning it. We were on top. We deserved to have the lead, and we were doing really well. And the second half, I've got to be honest, Brentford came into it. That penalty, okay, they got their penalty, and they got back into the game, but we didn't. In the past, when we concede goals, we always end up feeling like we might be giving more and more and more away. Whereas this one, it didn't. Even though they got back to 2-2, we didn't look like we were going to lose the game. We were tiring. They were on the up. Let's be honest. They had the better of the second half. They probably had the better chances. We had decent chances as well. But we held in there, not by the skin of our teeth, but we had our breaks. We had a few breaks, and pity we didn't put some of our chances away. But they could have easily have maybe got another goal and beaten us. But we were a match in the second half, and changes were made. Somerville came on, and later in the game, Wilson came on. So the one change that took the game away from us a little bit was Kante coming off and Magassa coming on. I thought like for like makes sense, fresh legs in the middle of the park. Magassa had a nightmare. I can't deny it. He had a nightmare. He just didn't look into it. He's the sort of player, it seems, that takes a hell of a long time to get into a game. And he eventually gets there, but tonight, unfortunately, misplaced passes, not getting into the challenge, he just looked rusty, and he shouldn't do, because I like him, but he was poor. Ironically, Kante demonstrated how you can play a game of football in the middle of the park, and when he came off, he was missed. So look. But the elephant in the room, I guess, is Somerville. He went down. We already made all our 5 substitutions. We didn't have any other subs to put on. And Somerville was limping. He was limping heavier by the end of the game than he was when he first went down. He's going to be missing against Man City. You just know it. I hope not. He was holding. I don't know if it was the back of his thigh, or his calf, sorry, or whether it was his shin. I don't know which one, but it doesn't look good. It's going to be a nervy week to get him now match fit. But I think, unfortunately, Crescencio Somerville, this is the price you pay, isn't it? You know, but Nuno did the right thing by not necessarily selecting him. But the irony, he comes on and then he gets an injury. Of all the players, you know, he's on form, he's been scoring goals, he's been creating chances. Before the injury, he was running at this team, Brentford, and they didn't know how to handle him. There are times Crescencio needs to sort of let the ball go, pass it, but he's a danger and he's on form. But now he could be missing for at least the Man City game, maybe more. That's the big thing with an FA Cup, with a cup game. You play your good players, and if they pick up a knock, like last time we lost Freddie Potts for 3 games because of a sending off, suspension, and this time it looks like we've lost Crescencio Somerville. That's the downer. But look, extra time, I mean, we played 120 minutes plus another 13. 6 minutes added time in the first half. God knows where that came from. 4 minutes added time in the second half, and then a minute in the first half of extra time, and then another, 2 minutes in the second half of extra time. So 133 minutes. That's the one thing we couldn't afford to do. Playing on a Monday night, then we've got a game on Saturday. We're the last team, you know, with Brentford to have played in the FA Cup, you know, and it happened to be the only one that went into extra time, and that is going to take it out on the players. Bowen looked knackered. A couple of players looked pretty tired, and now it's recuperation time. Giving them a day off, you know, light training, getting back in, getting ready for the evening game on Saturday against Man City. We're through. We're through to the last 8 of the FA Cup. We're through. We're playing Leeds United at home. That's an advantage. But now it's all back about, you know, the Premier League and Premier League survival. Man City are a formidable team. You know, they're the kind of the team, you know, like we rarely get a result against them, but we've got to go out on Saturday night and get a good result against them. You know, I take a point right now, but obviously rather have 3. But without Crescencio Somerville, it's just gotten that bit harder. Nuno, I'm almost certain what Nuno's going to do. He's going to go 5 at the back. He's going to use wing backs in order to. Well, he could play Traore. He could play Traore out on the left actually, with Somerville now out. But I've got a feeling this may tempt him to play 3 centre backs and 2 wing backs. So Wan-Bissaka and Malik Diouf used as wing backs in order to make up for Somerville missing if he misses the game. Hopefully, it's not too bad. But look, exciting game. We had the momentum in the first half. They had the momentum in the second half. You know, extra time came and like a few chances here and there, but then penalties. The guy that took the longest is the guy that missed. I ain't got a clue who he is, but I think it was the second or the third penalty. The third penalty for Brentford. I mean, all Areola had to do was just stand there and just collect the ball in the air as as a chip. I mean, that player took forever, you know, and people are screaming, hurry up, and like, you know, mate, you carry on doing that because you'll miss more penalties than you'll score if you take forever. And Areola didn't really even save it. All he had to do was just catch it. And then we had some great penalties, by the way. Bowen's penalty, Tati Castellanos' penalty, really, really good. You know, all our penalties were taken with aplomb. Souček's penalty was really good as well. And then up stepped Dinos Mavropanos to take the final penalty. And boy, did he bury it. He absolutely buried it. And we went, Ange, you should have seen Ange. She went nuts. She was, you know, Ange is a Dinos fan. And when he stepped up, there was a little bit of apprehension. I don't know, actually. Maybe more apprehension around me than for me. But he smashed it in. We're through. We're through in the FA Cup. We're through to the last 8. You know, Leeds United are going to be a formidable team, but we're playing them at home. Who's to say we can't get through to the last 4 after this one? Yeah. Who's to say we can't get through to the last 4 now? You know, we've got the momentum going. There's no reason why we can't beat Leeds. They're not going to be an easy team to play against, but you know, if we can get past them, then thank you, mate. If we get past them, and then it's going to be one of, I don't know, Chelsea or Arsenal or whoever it's going to be afterwards. But let's join up with the West Ham Network. Good evening, chaps.
Good evening. Good evening, Stel. How are we?
Very well. How are you?
Oh, very well. Very well.
Dinos stepping up into the winner.
Dinos.
Oh,
Oh, bless him.
Unbelievable.
But you saw because Jim had like literally one leg at the end. So.
That's the downside.
That is the downside.
That's the downside. We are filming, yeah.
Yeah, no, it's the downside.
That's the downside. The downside,
the
we're going to lose Somerville maybe for a game or two.
Yeah.
You know,
I think
but it's all right. It's only Man City.
It's only Man
next,
City.
so.
It's all right. Man City's beating.
I think
if
if Somerville's injury was like really bad, we wouldn't have even risked him. We would have risked saying like we play him with 10 men.
Yeah, that's what we were saying. We were saying rather than letting him get worse, take him off. Well, there was only 5 minutes left. All right, 5 minutes is a long time, but take him off and don't. But it looks bad.
Yeah, he looks bad.
It's his calf, isn't it?
Yeah. And he kept, because Nuno was sat down when everyone else was stood up for the penalties, he sat in the dugout. He wasn't in the group. Yeah, you can see his face, he was like literally looking on the floor, and Jimmy was behind him. He kept like talking to him. You know, he just hated. And then what was funny was, literally, when that group, everyone with all the penalties, Areola ran down the tunnel with Raul and came back with a bit of paper, like with the penalties, his little penalty sheet. It was really quite sweet.
I thought it was quite ironic that the player that took the longest to take the penalty was the one that missed. I thought that was hilarious.
He was saying up in the box. I was like, Areola's so shit at penalties, and the only one he saved was one that literally passed it into his hands.
It was passed to his hands. But who cares?
We're through, mate.
Who cares? Leeds United at home.
Dirty Leeds in the quarterfinals.
Leeds at home. Bring on Wembley.
Spirit of Frank Lampard Senior.
Good to see you. Good to see you. Good to see you, Russ. See you later. So there you have it. Joined up with the West Ham Network halfway through as well. So, West Ham United 2, Brentford 2, 5-4 after penalties. Areola, fantastic save, Areola. I don't know what they're talking about. He's a great shot stopper, great goal penalty saver. We're through, people. We're through. But the dampener is, of course, that Crescencio Summerville's injury could be quite bad. But let's hope it isn't. Right. I'm sure we're all going to chat again later. I'll do a reflection show on the game tomorrow, so look out for that. West Ham Weekly, I'll probably do that on Wednesday. I'll do a West Ham mid-weekly, so do look out for that.